So Micah is new, and so he used to be a painter, and he's learning X-ray, and he can step over and help in multiple areas. He's learning a new skill. He's on the production side, yes. Micah, no prison. So, yeah. So Micah hasn't even read 2-second lean yet. He's very, very new. So, first time, go easy on him. No pressure.
Okay, estimated daily is 12, estimated total 143, estimated opportunity daily 37,346, estimated opportunity total. Huh?
342,000.
Yeah, 342,000. New sales daily 38,563. New sales total 214,185,000. Sales goal 241,000. Batting average 63%. Total job 70 hours daily 96.1. Hours total 13,043.8. Hours total.
How's my handwriting, sorry?
1755 projection daily, 11,245,000. Projection total 178,584. Projection total 1,000.
What's our hours per day?
Square on the right.
I don't know.
Corner of the TV.
Hours.
Corner of the TV, Micah. TV.
Hours per day.
103.3.
So we break it down into, we produce 103 hours per day so far this month. So that's our average. That's something we can all kind of wrap our head around.
Production plan.
We'll go through that a little bit later. It's tough to put a finger on. I'll show you.
All right, cars getting out of here today. We have our GTO, which is in detail. Jake's getting started on that one. We'll get that one wrapped up for us. We'll get it set outside. Our XB, we have number 2. We are painting that lower part of that bumper on, so it'll be ready this morning. And then that Sierra, the same thing. I want the painters really to kind of look that one over outside. I talked with Chris about it, but maybe we can look at it outside in the sun just to make sure it's that dark blue. Number 4, the Fiat. The radiator did show up for it this morning. I just got with James. We can get that in line after. We can do some shuffling if we want to this morning. Number 5, our Pilot. Keith has, we do need to 2-tone the bumper on that one. Is that right, Nate?
Yep.
And then we'll get it knocked out and get it over here. We'll probably move it in, probably after we get done blocking that ram. We'll get it installed so we can get it going.
And something that I slipped into production late afternoon, but it came by that bottom one on the reassembly side, the red one on the Suburban. It is just a trim panel. It should have arrived this morning from Cable, and so just pull somebody aside. Literally, it's just a driver door trim panel.
We'll have Mike maybe slap that on this morning for us in the stall next to us while we got some time. Our Equinox, which is staged up, Ryan, we do have the parts on it. Paper, I guess we got the bumper on catching up from yesterday, painted yesterday. Is that right? The front bumper that we were waiting on?
Yeah.
So everything's ready to go on it. We'll get going on that one, and then that Accent, we'll start back. So Ryan on that Equinox guy, we'll get started on that Accent. Then we'll work our way back over here. We got one to fast track through production. Smalls, once you get done blocking that ramp, if you can get that Camry going for us, we'll get it over. The rest of it, we're kind of waiting on parts on. I don't check on this Pacifica. They got moved over yesterday. Are we waiting on parts?
They got a word yesterday.
Probably. Are they here today? Okay, so we'll double check. If that's something we have enough to get started on, we'll go on that one and that CRV after we get through some of our clip togethers for today. X-ray one.
One right there.
Okay.
We don't know yet. That's why Chris and I got it. We'll make sure that doesn't turn into an issue.
Okay, so the Ultima that we need to have done by 2 today is
correct. It's almost there. We
Okay.
have it tore down.
Perfect. So then the Odyssey Progressive, we have it in. We can get going on that one, Chris, after we get that Ultima finished up. And then we do have a Compass out there that has a work that we need to redo on it and a new job. So whenever we get it pulled in, there's going to be 2 files for that one. A rework on a spot on the quarter panel, and then a rear bumper. That I believe is rear bumper. Is that right?
It might have rear body. There's also notes in that A file for the rework stuff that the customers had some concerns on from
check those out whenever we get that bumper and get it disassembled, just make sure that we don't forget about any of that. I'll try to keep a good eye on that one. Suburban self-pay, I'm not sure what that one is. Is that the bumper for lot speech? Or is it already painted?
That's the loading of the Ford.
Okay. We need to check that one out and see what's going on with that one. I will do that this morning. Then we have a Camry in here. We'll get it knocked out. So X-ray isn't covered up this morning. We do have enough to keep us probably busy all day. So make sure we work through those. Don't forget about the extra files on those, and we'll double check. Oh, we got you, it's the same one. Production-wise, if we can get through this, honestly, really to number 6 probably today, we'll sneak back in that Fiat and that Pilot once we get some room and get those knocked out today. The Pilot, I talked to the customers on that one. It was projected out for next week. They do not have another vehicle. If we can get that one done today, get it polished and out, they know that it may not make it, but if we can, it would make them happy and that might help them out. So just keep that in mind as we're kind of trying to push those through.
And painters, FYI on that Malibu, it is on your board. Before you paint it, get with Chris, because that claim changed midway and it may be splitting up, and we want to make sure that we have all the correct authorizations, since they do have a second deductible possibly now. Before you pull the trigger on it, get with Chris.
All right, next thing.
Gateways.
Jamie. Gateways, good.
This shop got a overproduction of vehicles, at least excess inventory vehicles. Got most of them transportation, moving the vehicles in and out. Defect is back a car to another car, so we got over process and wasting employee potential to do additional repairs. In the meantime, customers wasting those vehicles.
Improvement? One of the boards.
Went over some cars, cleaned up the left mouth, and that's about it.
Want to introduce guests with us today, and so we've got Jason with Max Motors right here. We've got Clay with Trip NT. They produce medical carts, the plastic carts, kind of like our toolboxes kind of thing. Chris Norris, you guys know, and then we've got Sebastian over here with Trip NT as well. He's the CEO of that company. So they're here learning about lean. So two people that Chris met in California at the Paul Akers Lean Summit. Is that what it was? The Lean Summit. And then Chris and Jason are diving into lean at Max Motors. And so we've got two different perspectives that we're learning out here. But as just the brief discussion we've had so far, it's been very similar struggles in lean. No matter what you are, whether you're a manufacturer, whether you're a body shop or working in the office, so that kind of stuff. So welcome to them, and then I'll turn it over to you, Jake. We'll keep rolling around.
Since starting out, I've learned the x-rays and battery testing and a lot more about detail than I already knew, and I'm ready to learn some more.
Just got over there with Smalls, and we rolled the big extension cord up over there, somebody kind of thrown up on the hose.
Kind of have a rough draft of a x-ray checklist behind us, and I started writing a few more items on there that I kind of forgot to put on there, just to make sure we're getting it all done.
Yeah, got with that welding extension cord, got it wound up, got the floor swept up.
Cleaned up my toolbox and then added some test weld examples to the files.
Yeah, we did some cleaning around the toolbox and cleaned up around the area of the x-ray.
Pulled cars out and cleaned up, got ready for the day.
Touched up molding, was light on paint.
Oh yeah, I was getting those two bumpers ready to keep them out for the day. But there's always one.
Yeah, I think take your 5 plugs off the front of this back forward.
So last week I made a visual indicator for the girls when I'm in the drive-through bay if there's a customer waiting, whether to send them in or not for the next estimate. It wasn't working too well, so we made some adjustments to it. So I made a new one to they can see and not have to try to screen through the windows.
And I was going yesterday, so I just caught up on the plan with the guys and then went over the board with Mike.
everybody, it's James from Collision Hub.
Good news yesterday for Klein, my community leadership program. We went to do a tour of the emergency services of Johnson County. Yesterday really does kind of open up your eyes to the things that are going on in the county, the amount of people that it takes to try to help keep everyone safe, and in case of emergency, you know, be there for us. Just like our industry, they are all struggling to get people recruited. Their pay salaries, a lot of for what these guys have to do, men and women every day deal with, is really low. So they're having a struggle. They did get a tax increase at the county that's going to help them out. So I thought that was great news. I have a really good friend that works out at the county. And then just a reminder, I think we kind of let that slip a little bit, what those men and women do. I think we're doing a really good job of thanking our local airmen and women, and then other service members, and we kind of forget about what those men and women are going through just on our local services. So if you happen to see a cop or an EMT or somebody out, you know, maybe extend a thank you out to them also, because, you know, they do also deal with a lot of things that sometimes get taken for granted. So just something kind of opened my eyes yesterday.
And then I missed the morning meeting yesterday. Wednesday I flew to Chicago, did a show and a recruitment effort for the city as mayor, and then flew back that night. So it was kind of a long 23-hour day spent doing that. So I apologize if I was short with people yesterday, and then I dove back into meetings. But we were recruiting retail and developers and real estate professionals in Chicago, and so we had a lot of great conversations. You know, we're trying to grow the city and to provide additional services. You guys want that. We've sent out community surveys, and the community's told us that they want, you know, more restaurants, more choices, and growth is necessary as we work through providing those services. And so just know that we're working hard to do it as a city. We were the only city up there from Missouri that I saw, and so we're being very, very proactive in that. And I had some great conversations with some folks, and just need to find some places to put them. So lots of exciting things going on in Warrensburg. Just kind of a little recap of when I was going on Wednesday.
No more good news? Everybody know what we're doing? Plan?